back again. I remember going to McDonald's, man. You could buy 2 burgers for a dollar and some change, man. Who remembers when burgers were like, I think it was 40 some cent for a hamburger, 50 some cent, like 50 some cent for a cheeseburger. Then it went up to like maybe 60, 70 cent. You know what I'm saying? That was probably in the early 1990s. And you had to remember, just about 20 years ago, they had the value meals. That was like in the late 90s, early 2000s. Dollar value meal, 2000s. But it seems like over the last, ever since, I don't know if it's ever since COVID, prices have skyrocketed, man. I remember a food truck, the meal was $5. That was 2009, 10. Then it went up to maybe $6, $7. Now you go on a food truck, 12, 13, almost $15, $20 for a plate, depending on what you get. You know, like I said, you go in the supermarket, you walk out with one bag, you can spend $20, $30. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is insane, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, 2 fish sandwiches and a high C. I remember the high C's at one point were $1. Remember everything was $1. Now they jacked that price up. So it just seems like prices have just skyrocketed, man. Coffee creamer, the big bottle of coffee creamer was $7.99, and the small one was $4.99. Now the small one is like $7.99, and the large one is $10.99. Side prices are double, triple. You go in McDonald's to get 2 McDoubles. Remember, McDoubles used to be $2 at one point. It's just, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they think they were $2 to change a piece. $3, you know what I'm saying? Like, and those don't even taste like real burgers. A slice of pizza, yo, 2 slices of pizza, right? I paid for yesterday plain $9 in Midtown. $9.80 to almost $10 for 2 fucking slices, man. Either they're taking advantage, these companies are price gouging, and or the economy is really fucked up. But this is not right. People can't live off this shit, man. How do you live off of those type of pricing? Like, you can't. I don't even. You know what I'm saying? What's going to start happening is people are going to start cooking at home. Even groceries are crazy, but you have to eat. So something is going to have to give. You're going to have to pay for something. But a lot of people, this is why a lot of people that go to places like Costco's and buy wholesale shit. People go to places like Aldi's where they have cheaper prices for the goods, even though the quality, you know, some people may not like their quality, but if it's, you know what I'm saying, if I can go in there and get eggs for cheaper, orange juice, like this right here, you go in the bodega up the block where I live at, yeah, they want like $8, $9 for this shit, man. You go to Walgreens, this shit be like $4, man. I remember apple juice was $1 and some change, man. This shit's insane, man. I'm telling you, man. The fucking price gouging, man. Like I said, it's price gouging or the economy is really this bad, the inflation, man. Like, people in New York, if you don't have a really solid job like MTA, and even MTA when you first start, you're not gonna have the bread right away. You gotta be there some years for all the perks to start kicking in. But you know what I'm saying? Like, those brothers, some of those guys, like, they make 90, 100,000 a year or more, depending on overtime, right? But you need to have a really good job or have to work 2 jobs like I do just to survive. Some people say work for yourself. It's not always that easy. Reality sets in, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not that simple for everybody. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have kids and, bills are paid. Bills got to get paid, man. You know what I'm saying? Like rent has to get paid. The phone bill has to get paid. Your electric bill has to get paid. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you work for yourself, you have to establish, and that takes time. And I'm not saying that you can't do it, and I don't discourage somebody from doing it. I encourage everybody to try to find something for themselves to kind of build a brand and build a legacy out of, right? That's cool, but for some people to make it like that should just be your only end all be all is crazy, man. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I mean, like it's that's something that you can do when you know what I'm saying, don't have the responsibility of being single. I mean, being a father or a parent or you know, you know what I'm saying, like just having those type of responsibilities because you may not put food on the table right away, and it all depends on the situation you're in. Sometimes you have to work in order to earn that money to be able to start the business. I would encourage people to do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like, but I don't just, you know what I'm saying? I don't discourage somebody from getting a job either. You just gotta survive. But some people work 2 jobs, man, and that takes family time away. If you're by yourself, it takes your me time away from you. You constantly have to work just to keep up with the bills. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's insane, man. I told you the other day I went to a fruit stand to buy asparagus, and the lady said it's just $7.99 a pound for fucking asparagus, man. Put that shit back, man. The price gouging is going to cause a lot of these businesses to plummet over time because people can't afford the prices, man. And some of these places have to pay rent. I understand they got high rent, especially in a place like New York. You burn a lot of electricity, you're paying a lot of rent, and you got to pay employees and shit like that, so you have to charge. But god damn, man, like, you got to make it reasonable for customers in order for them to come back, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is ridiculous, man. Like, yo, you know what I'm saying? Like, grapes, $10 for fucking grapes. Next thing you know, grapes gonna be $15, $20, man. This is insane, man. And our president, they don't give a fuck about us, man. These people don't give a damn what we think. Not a damn thing what we think, man. These people get elected, they grift to get elected, and once they get in office, they serve their own interests. Whatever's gonna put the money in their pockets, man. You know what I'm saying? They play the game of war and all this shit so that they can have a reason to get these funds and distribute them so that they can circle the wagons and come back. That's all that's going on. You know what I'm saying? They use these countries like Israel or some of these other countries that need weapons and they constantly fight, and they use these countries to funnel the money back. That's what I think. So yeah, we'll send these billions over there. Everybody getting their hand in, the military's involved. I think everybody's involved. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think that's what we're saying, like, what's killing us, man, is Like, come on, man. Like, we're not concentrating on our own economy. President Seen doesn't give a fuck what we concentrate on. He can't. He's sitting there. You telling the country, right, saying we can't have nukes. Meanwhile, our country's the only country that detonated a nuke on another country, 2 nukes at that. But they're the dangerous ones. Did the video yesterday, the other day, about what would you do in such a situation? Hope you guys watching. But it's like, yo, this guy is saying that people that run our government, they don't give a fuck about us, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, they only care about us when it's time to get the votes so that they can stay in office so they can keep collecting the money. You go into an office and your net worth is a couple $100,000, and you leave office, your net worth is a few million, and probably got offshore accounts. Like, come on, man. They probably got insider trading going on, just making the money. They done took over Venezuela, took the oil. You over here starving Cuba. You want to attack countries in Africa now. Like, come on, man. You got the money for all this shit, but people out here starving and paying high prices and having to work 2, 3 jobs to make ends meet. And it's no relief. Where's the funds for us? You're telling me you couldn't take you telling me you couldn't take a few $1 billion to distribute that shit to the citizens, to give the citizens a boost? But here's a little extra $2,000 for you guys. You know, go buy yourself some things or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, we can use some money. But you guys got money to fight wars that got nothing to do with us. You know what I'm saying? A whole another country around the world, halfway around the world, and you bombing the fuck out of these countries. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're getting other countries bombed and attacked. You're fucking up the world economy. How do people still support this shit? And people over here can't afford to live. Then when you get a guy like Mondani who comes in office, he's a communist and he's a social, all this shit. So what is the solution? Oh, we got to get government out of politics, out of away from the people. But that's not the solution. Who pays for the bridges, the tunnels we fix, the maintenance on all the shit, public transportation, so that shit comes from where? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got people that can't get jobs, a lot of inequality out here. Like, how do you fix the problem, man? What's the solution? A person working hard, they can't pay their rent. What's the solution? The rent's too high. They don't say, you know what I mean? Like, they may have kids, you know what I'm saying, whatever. They can't afford certain shit. So people struggle out here. And what's the solution? At least this man Mondani, you know, you might not agree with everything he's doing. He's saying, but at least he's coming with some solutions, man. I mean, at least this man is saying, hey, look, man, I'm gonna make this supermarket. And in the supermarket, we know what I'm saying, it's gonna be a major discount for people, so you don't gotta pay these high prices. You know what I'm saying? Like, now the one thing I do agree with is this welfare shit. I think the welfare shit, right? In my opinion, the welfare should get capped. All that public assistance shit needs to get capped, man. There's too many people living on public assistance. I'm seeing people in shelters get better service than people that work hard. getting their rent paid, getting food stamps. But we asked for that shit and we were working. We're actually contributing to society. And we're told, nah, you can't get that. How does that make sense? Oh, you make too much money. Suck it up. So why can't they suck it up? Pause. Like, if we gotta, take one on the chin, they should too. Or, you know what I'm saying, this shit should be capped, man, because people are taking advantage of the shit. It's not right. People, you know what I'm saying, like they should be forced to get a job, or if y'all can provide jobs for them, services, whatever, listen, you gotta work. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work. If you don't want to work, you can cut off. And I think the cutoff period should be at least a year. After that, you gotta reapply, man. And you should have a job out of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and maybe that'll free up some money. You know what I'm saying? Because now you're forcing people to, get a job. What do I know, man? I'm just a new guy. Penny Face Publishing. I'm out, man.